Hello students, we are going to continue with our second chapter, right? We have completed service of insurance, postal services, and now next that is go down in a warehouse, right? See, in simple terms, what is go down? That it is a place where products will be stored, right? For the producers, for the some shopkeepers, right? Who are dealing in a bulk, right? So let us start with the particular introduction. That is what? See, production that is going to be there 24/7, right? Production does not stop. But where to store the products? That production is will be there, right? Every time that production it will be continuing process or that everything, right? So storage that becomes essential. And in the 21st century, the service of a godown or service of a warehouse that is very important, right? So the preserving the particular products or the preserving that commodities, right? What we are going to need? We are going to need the service of a godown, right? That godown they are going to what? Godown they are going to have that particular place where all the products will be stored. And whenever it is required, that whenever it's time to supply in the market, product will be supplied, right? And sometimes, that like suppose for an example that right now the season of monsoon is there, right? The demand of umbrellas, rain suits, right? It will be much more higher, right? But the production of those kind of products that goes on a continuous basis. So if this demand that only stays for 3 to 4 months, then what to do with the particular stock that is available with the producer? So they are going to store in what? They are going to store in the market, that particular godown, right? And whenever the demand will be there, product will be supplied, right? That we have already learned in the first chapter about time utility, right? That production will be continuing at 12 months in a year, but demands will be for only 3 to 4 months. The product will be supplied in the market in those particular 3 to 4 months only, right? That we have seen. Whenever the product will be demanded, right? So where this product will be stored? That product will be stored at a particular godown, right? And for some inventory management, this godown that is going to be what? There is godown going to be a very they are going to play a very important role. That means what is inventory management? Because some companies they are going to what? They are going to continuously producing the particular goods and they are going to store and they are going to use for the future purpose, right? So for that future purpose, what they are going to need? They are going to need the service of a godown, right? And as I said, godown creates what? Godown creates a time utility, right? That yes, production that will be there 12 months in a year, but whenever the particular monsoon season will arrive or that after that winter season will arrive, that yes, woolen clothes or that particular umbrellas and rain suits in the monsoon season, they will be what? They will be supplied in the market, right? So godown is what? Simple term, godown or a warehouse, they both are the synonym of each other, right? And they are what? They are the particular places where products are need to be stored. Okay, getting my point, right? So what is the meaning of godown? That it is a service where product is stored. While storing the product, the quality of the product preserved so that minimum changes occur in the quality. See, this is the important thing, right? That's why I have that highlighted that particular line. Product need to be stored. Okay, fine, that we know. Okay, to store the product, what we are going to need? We are going to need that particular service of a godown. But product should be stored at particular quality. Quality need to be maintained, right? There will be no change in the shape, size of the particular product. Okay, right? That is why the godown they are being what? Some general godowns will be there, some specific godown will be there, like for perishable goods, right? Perishable goods, that means which can be consumed for a short period of time, like milk and milk products, right? Like fruits and vegetables, they are what? They are the perishable goods, right? After 2 or 3 days they are going to. So they need to be stored at a particular specific temperature. Okay, right? So everything that need to be out, everything that need to be stored. But what is the main thing that we need to keep in mind? That yes, when you are going to store the products in the godown, no or minimum change in the quality of the product or of the commodity need to be done. Okay, right? So godown, that means to store the product with the minimum change in the quality. Okay, right? Then classification of godown. See, a diagram that is given in your textbook, right? You need to go through it, you need to refer to it, right? I'm not covering that into this PPT, right? I'm just going to give you a brief on that various types of a godown. In that first, types of a godown from the ownership perspective, right? Ownership perspective in that first, that is private godown. That a trader, suppose I am a businessman, right? And now I know, okay, but yeah, I need to be what? I need to store the products for a longer period of time. My production is going to be on a continuous basis. So what I need to do? I need to store my product. So I will be what? I will be purchasing or I will be constructing my own godown, own warehouse for my private use, that on where only my company's products are going to be stored, So that is what? That is a private godown, right? Now public godown, completely opposite. It is not for a private use, it is for the general public use, right? Individual people or the businessmen, those who want to that consume the service of a public godown, they can do, right? Not for the own purpose, own business, right? It can be stored by anyone, right? That is what that is called as a public godown. And nowadays people, they have started this that godown business as a profession, right? Like they are like suppose I'm interested in that particular godown business, right? So I will be constructing a godown which will be useful, right? I will be inviting people to store the product in my godown, right? And I will be charging some sort of fees from them. Okay, so it is a one kind of a source of income for me, right? But what is the that if I'm doing this thing, then what is the return of that? Yes, there will be that guarantee of product, that is the storage, maintenance and protection, it will be there, right? Because I'm charging the fees from them, right? Mostly this, that farmers, they are using this public godown services, right? Where where they are going to store their products and they can use for the future period of time. Minimum charge that will be taken from the farmers, right? And it is transferable also, that yes, if someone is telling me that yes, that other person will come and take over the particular goods or a commodity, you just need to take the particular money or fees that you are charging and change the particular or give away that particular goods that has been stored, right? So private godown, that is for the individual or own business purpose. Public godown, that means not for a own or particular individual use, but it is for the public, general public, those who can particular store the products whenever they need particular fees that will be charged. Okay, right? Then second, classification of godowns from the perspective of a customs duty. See, whenever we are involving in the that import business, right, we need to pay. If we are importing something from other country like America or Canada, we need to pay some charges, some taxes, and those taxes or charges, they are known as custom duty. Okay, so those custom duty need to be paid, right? So on the basis of custom duty, first is for the product whose custom duty is paid. Like suppose I'm importing something from America, right? I'm paying the custom duty, but it is not possible that on the very shorter note but quickly I will be getting the transportation facility. So wherever that near seaport, airport, right, or that public transportation places, right, that godowns they are available. So what they are going to do is, yes, I have paid that my import duty, that product will be stored by them, right, for the specific period of time, right? And after the particular like say for an example that they are giving the service for 7 days, after 7 days I need to pay some sort of charges to them, right? So if I have paid the custom duty, then they will be stored in those godowns which are clearly mentioned as custom duty paid, right? See, that is there, they are stored in the public near seaport, airports and the border areas, right? Because see, that international borders, they are going to come into the picture while we are thinking about import and export, right? So where custom duty is paid, obviously there will be a particular thing, yes, that goods or a product, they will be stored at a particular place or go down where it is mentioned that custom duty is paid, right? Second, bonded go down. In the first one we have seen the custom duty that was paid, but in second one, custom duty not paid, right? I haven't paid the custom duty, right? Then those particular products will be stored in a go down, and they are known as what? They are known as the bonded go down. Okay, see, these two that classification will be the, like suppose that we have that particular division, right, that E1, E2, right? So it is like that, those who have paid the fees, they will be in E1, and those who have not paid the fees, they will be in E2. Same way, the custom duty paid, so label, that is that tagline will be there, yes, custom duty paid, the goods will be stored into that particular place or a godown. Not paid, then it is called as bonded godown, and that will be stored into that particular specific room. Getting my point, right? See, that it is located near the places of import, like ports, borders of a country, ports, that means seaport, airports, right? And mainly this bonded godown, they are being used or utilized for what purpose? For the re-export. I have already explained this thing in the first chapter. What is re-export? Like suppose for an example, I am purchasing something from country A, right? And I'm directly selling it to the other country, like country B. Right, so what I'm doing, I'm mediator, so I don't need to pay any kind of a custom duty, right? So they will be storing the product in what? They will be storing the product into the bonded godown, right? It is there in the notes of a PDF. You can go through it, the meaning of re-export, right? If you don't understand, then ask me, right? The re-export, that means what? So take an example. I'm purchasing from America, and I'm sending it to Sri Lanka, right? That is not to be into my ownership, I am just only playing the role of a mediator, purchasing from America and sending it to Sri Lanka. That is what that is called as what that is called as a re-export. So this bonded godown mostly that is utilized for what purpose? That is mostly utilized for the re-export trade. Okay, right? So custom duty paid, that means I have paid the custom duty and they are going to be stored the particular products in a godown. Bonded godown, that means what? I haven't paid any kind of a custom duty, not a single rupee that I have paid, right? So they will be stored into the bonded godown. Okay, clear? Then godown based on usefulness perspective. In that, first is general godown. Few products, they are not going to require any kind of a special attention or a care, right, or maintenance. It will not be required, so they will be stored in what? They will be stored in the general godowns, right? Like, you know, that products which are durable, right, like furniture and everything, so they don't need, they require a specific attention. They can be stored into a particular place where minimum criteria that need to be there, right? But what is specific godown? Specific godown are those where a special care is taken, right, to maintain the quality of the product. Right, see the example that is given, like explosives, crackers, poisonous chemicals, cooking gas, petrol, right, some perishable goods, right, a specific temperature that need to be maintained. For medicines, that particular temperature need to be maintained so that they can become effective, or they stay effective and they can be used for a longer period of time, right? So some that specific requirement like temperature, that particular place that need to be what, that explosives that has been stored, right? So special care that need to be taken, and specific godown, they need to be utilized or they need to be used. Okay, right? So general godown, that means where no special care need to be taken, while in specific godown a specific care, treatment, maintenance that requires, right? That is called as what? That is called as a specific godown. Okay, right? And mostly specific godowns, they are used for that, as I said, like for perishable goods like this, like explosive chemicals, right, or the crackers or petroleum products, underground petroleum, that on the petrol pumps that we are seeing, right? Everything that requires what? Everything that requires special care. So they are what? They are the specific godowns. Okay, right? Fine. So only one topic is remaining. So most probably by this week, tomorrow, it will know any kind of video will be there from here, right? So on Thursday we are going to finish up what? We are going to finish up the second chapter, right? You need to send me the PDF notes of whatever that you guys are writing. Okay, if you have any doubt, do let me know, right? Okay, thank you.